Yo, 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 yo. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. Promise. For another episode.
Another one.
Episode 32 of the Grind Podcast.
Yes, sir. Can we get a round of applause for that, bro?
For 32 episodes?
Yeah, man. 32. That's a lot.
Is it?
Yes.
It's a sunny, I'm glad, a sunny day.
Mm-hmm.
Out here day. In Southern California.
Yeah.
A good Saturday out here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what y'all got going, but glad y'all took the time to be with us today in attendance of the Grind Show.
Yeah, shout out to everybody on IG,
shout
YouTube, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. You already know.
So we're going to kick it like this, you know. We got our two hosts with the mostest up in here. I am T-Tank, as we know.
T-Tank.
And then to my right-hand man. Well, the right, because you were my right too, I guess, huh? My far right. It's AJ.
Yo, what up? It's your boy AJ. What's good? St. John 33. You know, look me up.
And we got a special guest in the building.
Yes,
you already know. We ain't had a guest for like 2 episodes, so it was long overdue. Mm-hmm. So, without further ado, I'm gonna let this man introduce himself. So take it away, my guy.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? I'm Artrell, the artist, the hometown artist.
Hometown hero.
Hometown hero.
Yeah.
You said it.
You know what I mean? 909, a visual artist. I paint. That's what I do. Been knowing these guys forever.
Glad to see you.
Glad to see them doing their thing, and of course, had a bless the pod.
Yes, for sure. Appreciate you, bro. Round of applause, my brother. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, can you do the podcast for it? Can you bless us for it? Because we've been trying to get some guests on, and we did the last 2, so I was like, we had did the last 2 by ourselves. Yeah. And I was like, man, who can we have on? I was like, man, Artrell been trying to get on for a minute. I was like, man, let me see if he available, see what's going on. And it was kind of short notice. It was kind of short notice too. I hit him like on Thursday, and I was like,
definitely came through clutch.
I was like, bro, can you do the pod for us? And he was like, yeah, man. I was like, oh, thank God.
Awesome. Definitely came through clutch.
Yeah, so we appreciate you, bro. We got to finally have you on. It's a long time coming.
Yes, sir.
I think you've been since the first season. You were saying you was down to get on the pod?
Yeah. Been down.
So,
of course, like I said, you guys been watching y'all, and of course, I like to bless the pod of anybody, especially in my area.
For sure. I mean, it's always appreciated because we never know really who is. We get in our, I guess, viewers and listeners up. Mm-hmm. We just never know really who it is. So,
so like always who supports and stuff. Yeah,
so it's great to see someone like here that really is a friend of the pod. You know what I'm saying, and follow us like that. And
Artrell's doing great things, y'all. Like, man, this guy is very talented. A talented artist, good friend. They don't know, but part of the G Rollers.
That's right.
Skate group since high school. Illuminati, Rebel Gang. Shout out to my Miller folks out there. And
Rebel Gang all day.
Sky Summit for a little bit.
So I went to 2 high schools. Yeah. I went to A.B. Miller. Unfortunately, that.
And what summer? No. How many years did you do AB Miller? 2 years, and then you went to.
Well, I did 2 years at AB, but I still did summer school at AB, even though I went at Summit.
Yeah,
and then
But you went to Summit like the first year open though, right?
Nah. So everybody think I did. Shit, I was still at.
You were still at AB. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, shout out to all you Summit Skyhawks out there too.
Yeah, my sister was a Summit Skyhawk, so
for real?
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
went
know
there.
that.
Yeah,
The first year?
yeah, she went
She
all
always
year.
in school? All of them?
I will shout out 09 and 10,
10.
11, and some 12. You know what I mean? But other than that,
Yeah.
keep going, Skyhawks.
Yeah, they I've been up there.
Kaiser sucks. I said Kaiser sucks.
It's a small school. I didn't realize how small the school was.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
It's Kaiser. Kaiser's all right. Like it's I don't know. It's like it's a small school, but I don't know.
I never gave Kaiser that respect because they was afraid to play A.P. Miller. So
for baseball, football.
Yeah, football.
Okay.
They didn't want that smoke.
I forgot. Yeah, Dontrell did play football.
They didn't want that smoke.
You was number 32?
I was freshman year. I was
33. No, was it? I can't remember. You played with Jordan.
Yes, I forgot what number I was.
I can't remember. I swear it was like 32.
Other than that, I was 85 because
it was a big number.
Was my favorite. He was my favorite player ever. So.
Okay,
I just like his personality.
Yeah, Ocho go in. Shout out to the Bengals. Joe Burrow. But yeah, that's what's up though, man. It's always good to have people from the community on the pod because it's like, this is like our community. Right. This is our community. This is the people you want to build with, that you want to have a fellowship with, and keep building on it, and to see where we've all started, and to see now where we come to. Like, it's like, dang, man, people are really doing some really cool things. So I like that. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, man. Shout out to Don Treasy. Oh man, can we get a round of applause for that? Yeah. But let's get into it though. So where this, I guess, love for art come from? For my first question.
I've always been into art. Like, always been into art since literally like grade school, like 3rd, 4th grade. My homie, I know y'all know Raymond Del Rio. You know what I mean?
I know Raymond.
Yeah, I was like, Raymond, shoot, 4th grade, he used to draw these dope clowns and stuff and clown faces. And I always was like, dang, I'm trying to get better than him drawing the clown faces or whatever.
The essays always like, what up, fool?
Raymond was he's mixed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he was, huh? He had like that curly hair.
I don't know if he's Puerto Rican or Dominican. I don't want to disrespect. I don't know. It's one of them things. But he always used to just draw these dope clowns, and I always used to lose to him in these art competitions in class, like early grades, and then I always just stuck with it after that. Like, really.
Shout out to my guy Free on the bill, and another fellow artist, man.
Yeah. So I always just stuck with it, and then just even from elementary school to middle school, I met this one essay dude. His name was Ronald. And,
I think I know who that is too.
Yeah, so his name was Ronald, and he just told me. He told me about like tagging, and he has some dope art anyways, just other pictures. And then, of course, one of my cousins, Brandon RP, he had passed away, Blur. But,
rest in peace, Brian.
Yeah, I said he had did tagging, and then he was just an artist all overall. So and him, like, his dad and my dad was best friends. His mom, my mom, best friends. So I always was always there. Yeah. So, and even his little brother was like, like me and him was cool. We clicked up. So it was always I was always learning from them. Besides just from, like, Ronald taught me like that tagging stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? But then like, even like just Brandon really taught me like the freestyle and stuff, and just doing whatever. So that's like really where all the love came from. And then I just proceeded with it, man. I kept going. And then like learning my own craft and everything. I really shied away from art for a couple years only because like I'm an artist. I mean, not an artist, but I'm an athlete.
Yeah,
yeah. So it was like I shied away from.
I've seen you on the football field,
football, but more track and stuff.
Yeah.
Too, so,
track too.
Yeah, so it's like I was like more so into athletics than art, so I just shied away from it. But the art has always been there. To answer your question, the art has always been there, just since I was little, and then I mean. I pursued heavier with it, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of dove into it more as you got older.
Yeah, of course.
That's, that's cool, man.
I'll save all that for the next question.
Okay.
But yeah, how I got started is basically, from a kid. And
being around friends that was doing this kind of the same too.
Right.
I feel that. I can definitely rate as an artist myself.
We got 3 artists in this mud.
It was literally art and basketball. That was my escape. That's how it became a passion for me. Like it was an escape. So if I'm angry as a child or sad or I didn't talk much, I just drew. Yeah, that's all I did. I just drew away kind of.
And then getting all the I used to get doodle write-ups. I used to get markups on all my classwork. Hey, all my classwork. Even not to throw him under the bus. Even at A.B. Miller, Coach McMillan.
Yep.
Man, he used to give me. Coach McMillan used to give me doodle write-ups all the time. All the time. He used to be like, "Hey, man. You can't be writing on my classwork. Right. You can't be drawing on my classwork." I'd be like,
was he a math teacher?
I forgot. He was like a history teacher or something like that.
But shout out to Coach McMillan. Shout out to Coach Crump. What was Coach Martin? I think Steinberg. Was Steinberg? Who was before Steinberg?
Steinberg was there when all of them was there.
Yeah, Coach Steinberg. And there was somebody else before Steinberg. I forgot his name. The old white dude.
Oh, Coach Tyree.
Yeah, Coach Tyree. Yep.
So Coach Tyree. That's some glory days.
Madden and all them.
That's some glory days right there.
Yeah.
He was in Texas, man.
That's crazy how something that you love to do back then is now like you used to get in trouble for it, but now you're getting praised for it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
it's even funny. Even Coach McMillan, I ran into him. He's just like, what you like? How you doing in the Artrell? You know what I mean? So it's funny. Yeah. Like somebody that just used to dock me. Yeah, asking me, like how you make it and stuff and everything. So it's cool. It's cool.
That's how you know, like you got to follow your passions and whatever it is you like to do. Even if people say like, "Oh, stop doing that," or they try to deter you from it. It's like, no, this is what I love to do. Like, let me figure out how to do this, and prosper from it. Because you actually done a lot of art shows. You being featured on Voyage LA. I was even like, dang,
I've been in Voyage LA. Shout out, man. I've been in Voyage LA 3 times.
Yeah. So. Yep. And then also I seen another one, Telegram or something like that. Or what was it?
Oh yeah. That's Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach
newspaper.
Yep. And then you've done art shows all around IE, San Bernardino. Yeah. Like you've been really doing a lot.
Give you a round of applause with your accomplishments real quick. With all that, before you started with those accomplishments, I guess first starting out, like what was the moment like when you like, yeah, I made it, or like whatever, like, yeah, I know this is something that's my niche. Like, what do you remember that moment or anything that happened or the time where like that it clicked, like, okay, this is the confirmation for me? Like,
I forgot. It was one painting I forgot I was working on, and I was like, I knew like the difference from that painting from all my other paintings. I was like, okay, this is different level. Okay, I knew. Next level. Yeah, I knew the audience was going to be. Yeah, I knew the audience. I knew the audience was going to be different. I don't know, like specifically what I'm trying to remember what painting it was, but I just know it was just one painting I was working on. And I literally, when I paint, I always step back. That's something that an artist told me, another artist, Zombie Flapjack. He told me, when you paint, you always so close. Like,
step back.
Yeah, step back. Always step
That's
back.
some real stuff right there.
Yeah. So like I knew it. Like I stepped back and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, okay. So this is different. This okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So and then I knew from there on, like I was like, okay, I have to produce that or something like better. It can't be nothing below that. And
you set that standard for yourself.
Yeah, like that's when I knew. It was like literally not nobody else told me, not like the crowd or anything. It was literally something that I just seen, and I was like, and that's what I'm saying. It's not even like the painting. I can't even remember the painting, but you remember when you
felt the moment.
Yeah,
you remember that.
Like, okay.
You can connect that. That's decent, man. And
that's how I knew.
Yeah. It's one of those. You sometimes you can't. I feel like you can't explain like these moments of elevation. Like, and when they come, you just feel it. You just know.
I went from flat to death. You know what I mean? That's okay. I can see the definition. Like I went from a flat. I always tell people, anybody can do cross hatching. It's crosses. You know what I mean? But can you bring the death out? And so once I did that with my painting, now it's just like this is different. It's real different. And now I really got to start. Okay, what I got to do to get that, and then better every time. You know what I mean?
What's cross action? I'm not really
cross hatch.
Just you
cross hatch is basically
a crossing lines.
Cross hatch is like a pen and pencil technique. It's not even. You wouldn't see like somebody with a paintbrush just pick up a paintbrush and be like, I'm a cross hatch. You know what I mean? Because it's not necessarily a technique that you use with a paintbrush at all.
I don't think you can control a paintbrush enough to cross hatch.
I alter my paintbrushes to actually perform cross hatching with a paintbrush. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's a skill because it takes. I can't paint that.
So cross hatching is it's a pen format. But people also use pencil, but it's like a pencil and pen technique in art that people use. And like you just cross hatch. Really, if you use blue pen for cross hatching, you can do a whole bunch of dope stuff. So it's like really like a pen and pencil technique. It's not really known in the like painting. You know what I mean? Painting. So when somebody paints, of course, anybody can paint crosses, but the definition that you got to put into that to really bring out the paintings like I do, to get it from flat to like
vibrant kind of.
Man, I can see the whole angle of that thing.
Oh, okay.
So,
Give me a second. All right, we back.
I got a question for you.
I got a few.
Where you go?
All right.
You got the last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you take criticism or constructive criticism, or like, do you even put yourself out there confidently enough to take that? I should ask first, because if you do, it's out there, like whatever you do is out there, but do you leave room for constructive criticism or people, and from who?
It depends because I don't know, I'm different. I took two criticism classes in college. So I took criticism of art, and it was like another arts of critics. It's two different classes, but it's different. So I mean, I don't know. Criticism really, I don't like it. I don't know.
That's
you really got to be
from
anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, criticism is always going to come, but to be a professional critic, you're not one. So, like, you know what I mean?
There are professional critics, right? Like what, sports analysts?
Yeah. No, I mean,
what would you say?
There's professional art critics. There's people that go to school to be just art critics.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Like I took classes with people.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I took a class with people like that. You know what I mean? So,
that's funny as fuck, bro.
Yeah, there's art critics. There's people that have never ever picked up
a paintbrush
ever.
And those I wouldn't know.
That's funny.
Criticizing paintings and all that stuff, but
this
you
is
can't
color.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't really take from.
No, not from people who ain't in those shoes. I'm sorry.
Grain of salt.
Like, nah.
Yeah. They've taken some classes or whatever they did to get their
credentials.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I've always hated the criticism. I guess the things that, because when I was in college and I used to do like the process of the work that I did, we always had a portion of the classes to where like you had to present, and the whole class used to like critique. So what was good, what is bad, what can be better.
Artists, yeah.
But I could take that. But if from others, if you ain't in this, I'm not taking that.
From other artists, I don't really. From really other artists, I really take in constructive criticism from like people I know that paint and the art, or even just creators.
Yeah.
I try to take in as much as possible.
Yeah, because it's kind of like mentorship a little bit.
Like I'm
you
like,
want
if I
your work
know
to be
somebody,
better, you know?
I have no problem being like, okay, that artist is better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like this guy that you mentioned earlier, Zombie, he told you to take a step back.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things.
You know, that I'm sure he's said more, but like, you know, just those little things from a fellow artist can mean a lot. You know what I mean? Like, let me look at this from a bigger picture to where I can see it a little differently as opposed to when I'm close in it. And that's, we always talk about the grind here, you know, that's a bar if you ask me, because it's like, we're always in the midst of something,
right?
But sometimes you got to take yourself out of it so you can see it from a different vantage point. And like, okay, this is where I'm good at.
Facts.
This is where I need to do better at. You know what I mean? So like, when you said that, I was like, that's a bar, because it's like, you know, it's real. It's real.
Oh, yeah.
And, the fact that you have somebody like that around you, that's going to help you become a better person and better artist. So who are some, like, besides, I'm not saying Zombie's your mentor or anything, but like, who are some people that influenced you in your artwork when you were coming up? Like, who are your major influences? Like, was it Salvador Dali? Like, who's
that's
the
a crazy thing
big
too.
dogs?
That's a crazy thing too. Like, I really didn't like. I really didn't like those famous artists. You know what I mean? Like, I really didn't.
Basquiat.
Basquiat that's one of my favorite artists, only because like he really, like, he used to tag. He was in, like, he's just crazy, you know what I mean? So that's one of my favorite artists. But like besides like Picasso and Van Gogh, and that's only because of their like stories and stuff, not necessarily their art. But I mean, I don't really. Like, my inspirations come from, other artists I know, you know what I mean? Or just me, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It probably just come from your story.
Yeah, that's me, honestly. I've always been into like creative things, and I don't know. Even growing up, I wasn't into like learning like math and science and stuff. Like, that's why I was always drawing and stuff, like in class or something, because it was like, I'd rather, I don't know.
Yeah, you rather draw. That was your passion. That was your outlet.
Yeah, so I wasn't really into any of that stuff. I was, and my inspiration came from me. I mean, my inspiration comes from, and then seeing, seeing other artists, of course, like Zombie, and I don't know if you know Free. He went to
you already know.
Yeah, I was like, so it's like,
we all went to Cal State too. That's my guy.
So it's like it's really artists that I've seen or known that really inspired me to just
keep going,
push the button, keep going. Really, like I said, really it was like a whole crazy thing. As soon when I met Zombie, it was like because he went to Art Institute, so it was like, okay, I knew he had a step above me, so it was okay, let me soak in whatever that he got to say or whatever, and then
he got from like
you know what I mean, even like right now, like even he says, I have surpassed him on like how much I do in the art world. It's like I took it and went, boom.
You out there.
I took it and went boom. And even though he's I still even say, like, I used to tell people like he's a better artist. Like now I feel like, he's a better artist where he's at, and I'm a better artist where I'm at. You know what I mean? So it's like
that's the thing about art. Like it's so like because everybody's art is different. Like it's your own
creativity, your own voice.
Right.
So it's like, it's hard to even compare people when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like sometimes, like even he says, like I inspire him to like, paint more, and, so it's like, that's cool that it went from him inspiring me to
now you inspiring
him to like, dang, you painting a whole lot. Like, I need to paint a whole lot too.
Yeah.
Or I need to
You do a lot of work. I ain't gonna lie. I be seeing him on Facebook and stuff. If y'all check out my Facebook, I be resharing a lot of his paint work. So that's who I be resharing.
Tell people, I'm like, shit, I've been painting. I've been in art my whole life, but I switched over to painting in 2019. Like like 2000. Well, I switched over to painting like 2018. Then I went full-fledged like 2019.
Yeah.
And then since 2019, I've been painted over 330 paintings.
Wow.
Since 2019.
The grind. The grind. Yeah. If you ain't putting in that work, boy, you better get your ass to work, boy.
It's like I had my own solo show in February, and it was like 25 paintings at that show.
Yeah. And
so it was 23 of those was 2023 paintings.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I get new work all the time. A lot of new work.
That's dedication right there.
2 months it was 2 months into the year, I already got 23 paintings.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
that's this year, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's work. Whatever it is you doing, like it's gonna be work. But if you love it, then it don't really seem like work. That's just what you do. You know what I mean? So I commend you on that. Like that's why I'm trying to get more heavily involved in like the podcasting and the shows, because like this, I like doing it. Like, so why wouldn't I do it more? But I want to go into something else. But Tyler, did you have a question for him?
Yeah. Well, when you do your art, I want to ask like, what type of demographic would you say your art speaks to?
Ooh, I try to. That's the thing. Me going to school in Colorado. I went to college in Colorado, Adams State. So it's like me going to school at Adams State, and also me growing up like out here. I can play. I can play around. I can pick and choose who I want to. I can pick and choose who I want to like get that painting to.
Yeah, who you want to speak to.
Or also too, like just me having that knowledge too, like my own self-knowledge, what I taught myself on like what's going on in the situation. Like just me being an artist. I tell people artists, we speak when things are going on artists paint. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's our voice.
Yeah, I said riots are going on, artists paint, or whatever. You know what I mean? Something's going on, artists paint. So it's like the fact that I can. Yeah, I can
speak different languages.
I can speak to both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Who tends to gravitate towards your work? Because I know my mom personally, guys, loves his work. We got like at least 5 paintings here already. Yeah. And there's probably more to come. So like, you know,
I know when I get stuck.
But I like your work too. You know what I mean? Like I got one right outside my door. So it's like, you know,
I try not to get stuck in one. Like, you know, I try to, if I know majority, you know, Black folks are going to get this one, okay, cool. If I know majority, but then at the same time, I don't want to just be a Black artist. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be an artist.
An artist. I like that, man.
That's why it's like, of course, I can paint. I can paint Black women all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Oh, yeah. That's the mix.
I can I can paint Black women all day, every day. But
shout out to the Black
at the same time, it makes me go further and beyond. I can still use a Black woman skeleton and or outline and make it a different color. You know, use a blue tone or a green tone or a red tone or a yellow tone or a purple tone. It doesn't matter. And still, even a person that's not Black will buy that just because just the tones, you know. So I mean, it doesn't really matter with that question.
Yeah, because it doesn't appear to just one demographic. Because your art can speak volumes to any. Yeah. It just depends on how you know people perceive art. Even different from, they may perceive it differently than even what your intentions of your work.
Yeah, I want you to put it. I want you to be able to put it in that one category, but also to be like, okay, this is universal at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like I want it to be in both. If I'm gonna go Black woman, I'm gonna be like, a white person will buy that just because it's beautiful, you know. And that's happened. You know what I mean? Like I'll paint a Black woman and a white person, or not just a white person, a Hispanic person, or I'll paint a Hispanic person and a Black person and be like, I want that, or you know, whatever. It doesn't. Yeah, you know what I mean. I want people from
all over.
I just want people to reach. Yeah, just reach.
That's that universal language. Yeah. It's expression, you know, and the way your expression comes out is through the brush. Your hands are your tools.
That's what I tell people. Artistic expression.
And that's beautiful, man.
Expression.
That's why I love.
I can relate, my brother.
Yeah, I love art, man. I love expression. It comes out in different ways. Some people express themselves through vocal, you know what I mean, music. Some people have to build.
Some people cook. Draw, some people do hair.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's art is a widely and I'm the type of person, like, I see art in everything. Like I don't know if you do, but I be looking out like outside and like I'm doing things for like inspiration. Like I see art. The greatest, a lot of things. I'd be like,
to me, the greatest artist is God.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like
these clouds and these mountains, the way they be looking up there, like how?
Like,
for sure.
Heck? Like, what is going on here?
The greatest creator, for sure.
But that's like our God-given ability, like, is to create. And like, if you're not creating, it's like you're not expressing your God self. You know what I'm saying? So I always like when, you know, I'm around artists or musicians and stuff, because I know some stuff about to go down. Like something cool is got to happen.
Right.
And you know, whether it's music or painting, whatever it is, you know, anybody out there listening, find your expression, how you express yourself.
Find your niche.
Yeah, find your niche. Like whatever it is, you know, that's gonna help you express yourself and get stuff off your chest. My question is like, you know, because I dabble in the music sometimes, man. I need to do a little more, you know. Your boy Jay Series, and I got a few songs out there. I got a few songs.
Let me say this too. Find your niche and what works.
Yeah, what works for you.
Listen, if it doesn't, don't let it go.
And no, you gotta be dedicated.
And no, you gotta know what works for you. If you did,
yeah, I think I like the podcasting more as my expression. But,
you need that.
Yeah. You need an outlet.
Yeah, outlet.
I said, Joe Budden took off.
Yeah, that's his out because you know music wasn't. I mean,
he had a lot to say.
Yeah, he had a lot to say. He just couldn't do it musically.
Not musically.
Yeah. He just had to do it in a different way.
Songs, you know.
No, Joe lyrically is great. He's good with words. He just not musically.
You just have to find your niche, your path.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's all it is, man. Find your voice.
But notice he didn't give up when he stopped doing the music. He just kind of shifted into a different lane.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say, my question was, how when you're doing music, you're expressing yourself, you're being vulnerable. Do you feel that vulnerability when you're also doing your artwork?
Oh yeah, always. That's literally why I post. That's why I post and paint so much because I literally want that. I want that vulnerability. You know what I mean? I want people to. I want to see how people react and everything. Mm-hmm. Like that's why I don't want to do. If it's 4 months, I don't want to paint. 2 paintings in 4 months. I want to paint
everything.
12,
yeah.
Shit. I want like 12 to like 20 paintings in 4 months because then I can see
how I was feeling during that time
I can
period.
See, I can see the response, through that. I can see the response in 4 months with 20 paintings. I can see, okay, people don't like that shit. People may like that shit. People definitely don't like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And even just with that, even if they don't like it, what can I do to make them like that? What can I do to make them like that? What can I do to make them like that? So that's already 3 different ways or 3 different paintings that I can make people make something, like something.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you ever get out of it from yourself? Like go back on your work and be like, dang, I was feeling like this during this time period, or what was going on during this time period and it kind of brings you back to that point in life.
No, I mean, that's the cool thing about paintings.
Because it's going to live forever.
If I'm mad and I did paint something, I started on something right here, I didn't finish it, and I went on 3 weeks of my life and then not really mad about that situation no more or whatever. I'm still living life. I started painting something fun and cool, but I also have to go back and finish that painting. So it's not like,
are you able to bring it? Yeah. Are you able to throw yourself back in there or no?
I mean, at that point, that just becomes creativity. It's not necessarily personal. I mean, it's personal, but I mean, it's really just using my personal experiences for creativity. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm not really mad on it.
Yeah, or feeling what you was feeling at that point in time.
I mean, yeah. And then also, too, it's like how the vibe is, too. I mean, I can set my mood to where I'm just painting. Of course, I get in that moment, but I think that's the cool thing about being an artist. Like, you can get yourself in the moment and get yourself out that moment with that painting. Because, of course, like, it's something personal with the paintings.
Yeah.
Sure. But the fact that I can do, let's just say I do, in the span of a week, I do a sad painting and I do a happy painting. But that's the cool thing. Like I can do a sad painting and I can do a happy painting.
Yeah.
And you don't know how sad I am in that painting. I can be really deep in that painting. It can mean something as far as personal relationships, whatever. That it can mean something to me, but differently to you. And at the same time, a day later, I can put myself in a totally different situation and laugh and all that stuff with a happy painting or whatever. So yeah,
that's what's up, man. It's trippy. It's I love it because it's like there's so many layers to people that we don't see. everybody thinks like everything's all good and dandy, but you don't even know what people be going through and stuff during these times. And it's like, I'm always a person of compassion and empathy, rather than judgment. But a lot of people like to judge and analyze stuff, but it's like, you don't see the deepness, the depth within the work. You know what I mean?
No, you're not.
And it's like, how is this person? I'm like thinking like, how is this person able to function during this time? Because most people, when they're sad or depressed or in a dark space, they shut down. Right. You know what I mean? But you're able to throw it into something that's positive and like expressive, and
and even able to go back to it too. That's the thing. Like you said, I can definitely go back. If a painting is sad, I mean, I can go back to that. Of course, I have paintings that are personal, but at the same time, train myself not to get too connected to the painting and let the painting go along. So
you get it out and let it go.
Yeah, that's really
get it out, let it go.
Yeah, I mean,
dang, that's a bar right there, man.
There's
help somebody.
There's a lot of myths out there when it comes to like artists and designers and all that. I want to see like you as an artist. Like, for instance, there's one that says like, as an artist, like we must suffer to get inspiration. Like we have to be going through like bad or tragic things as being a passion. Do you think that's always true for artists?
Like
but we have to reach for like the dark
that's what I'm saying. But yes, we can. That's the cool thing about art. Like I said, I can paint something very sad and personal one day, but I think the levels, for example, the different levels of art is when you can paint, like I said, I can paint something very sad on Tuesday. On Wednesday night, I can paint something very happy. So I think that's like different levels. That's when you really elevate and get into your art, because you're expressing not just, you're able to express and really get into something deep. You know what I mean? Like I really use experiences and personal experiences to, and most of my paintings, and also most of my paintings are just people I see, people I know, people I see. I use those pictures and then throw them in, something I'm going with, So it's like, it's
that reaching for that.
Yeah, that's
place down there.
It's like I can be sad and paint that, or not necessarily sad. I can express the sadness of what I went through or whatever. And that's the cool thing. I can release that sadness and be in that painting, and also be in the happy painting. You know what I mean?
Do you believe artists are loners? Like they like to keep to themselves, not very social,
like introverted.
I don't think they're loners. I know, because I think they're popular loners. I say that.
That's deep. That's a real one.
Yes, I think they're popular loners because, like, I know a lot of people. And artists, some artists do other things. Like, fortunately for me, I was in sports, so and I was good at sports. I wasn't just like
I did play. I was good. I had options, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so I wasn't just like slow. I was fast. So it was like one of the fastest kids or the fastest kid at the school. It's like, okay, cool, that's cool. But what else I can do is art too. But at the same time, a lot of people still like. Yeah, sometimes I feel like a loser or a loner only because, I don't know, people just don't get me, but I have to express that. It's crazy because like sometimes, you express what people don't understand in your paintings. That's what I do. Like I can tell somebody this, and that, and then they'd be like, okay, yeah, you're weird or corny or a loser or whatever, but then you express that same corniness or that same loserness or that same weirdness in a painting, and then they like it.
So because it reflects, like it's a reflection, like, and a lot of people feel that in their lives, like nobody's like this all time, you know what I mean, like. everybody feels alone at times in their life, and everybody feels like not out of sync, but maybe not accepted or out of the crowd, I guess you would say. Like the odd man out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, when they see something like that, it's like, oh, I can relate to that. And it comes out in the like some of the best music, same thing, you know, some of the best artwork, same thing. It's like, because everybody has that side to them. And, you know, it's just interesting to, you know, I guess live it and to be like, you know, because nobody would think like, oh, you feel like that too, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Because we all together, we like, hey, what up, my nigga? Look good, you know? Like, but when you go back to by yourself, it's like, damn, sometimes I don't feel the connection with the world or what's going on to society, or, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just gonna have to go through it. But I don't want people to get discouraged when they feel like that. It's like, it's just a part of being a human. Like, you are individually made. Of course, you're not going to fit into the norm. You know what I mean? Like, actually, that's the best thing about you. That's the most unique thing about you, is when you're in that feeling. Because now it's like, okay, this is me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, this is my individualism. You know what I mean? This is yes, I can be a part of the crowd and the group, but at the same time, I have something special about me that, you know, I can share with the world, or I can choose not to share. So I love artwork, man. Like, different artists, like, you know, Dontrell's our first artist on the Grind Show. So shout out Dontrell. You know, and you know, it's gonna keep going. I just love what you be doing, and it's like, you know, you like my brother. You know, we go back to G rollers. You know, we all skate together in high school. I think we even dated the same girl at one point. We ain't gonna mention it, but happy birthday to you.
Oh Lord!
This guy. So this guy.
It's the Grind Show.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh my God!
It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. We should be.
I was over here chilling. I was like, whoa. Wait,
we should be doing jokes.
Hold on, my brother. Wait, hold on. Like,
Oh, brother. Whoa.
Brother,
You got too much dip on your children.
Brother man. But, you know, we got a lot of history together, and, you know, I'm just happy that, you know, we can come here, we can fellowship, we can keep building, and, you know, that's how you create like lifelong friends. You know what I mean? When you're able to still go through things and build, and, you know, just experience life. And that's art to me. Like, your life is art. And when you're able to express it in different manners, like, that's beautiful. And I think that's what it's all about, you know. And, you know, hopefully that artwork will cheer somebody up, make somebody feel a certain way, or, you know, you leave a lasting impression upon someone.
That's the goal right there.
Yeah. So you know, it's all love. But I kind of want to ask you like an academic question. Like, what's the difference between, like, say, street art and like academic art? You know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know graffiti, you got graffiti, but then when you go to
it's a whole term. You learn if you're formal art or informal art, right? Mm-hmm. And what's the difference between formal art and if you're a formal artist, you follow the rules and all that stuff. Like you follow the rules of art. But it's crazy because most famous artists that people know of are informal artists. But don't get me wrong, they did go to school. Like me, I went to school, but I found out I wasn't a formal artist. You know what I mean? In art school, I found out I wasn't a formal artist. I found out I was an informal artist because there's rules that I break that formal artists don't break. You know, like purists. There is purists. You know, that's a real thing. A purist is an artist that very rules to the T. They don't. You know, they need their space. They don't want you to see nothing.
Give me an example. someone who's like a purist? Well, Basquiat?
He's not really a purist because, well, I mean, yeah, you can say he's a purist. You can also say like Banksy's a purist because nobody knows, nobody sees him do his acts. Like, and he does his acts how he does them. You know, like that's a purist. Like they do what they do. Like,
yeah,
you know,
and that's it.
Yeah, they you know, they have their. If you try to, you know, I'll put you over here, guy. You know what I mean? No, hell no. You said I was gonna be right here, and now you saying I'm over here. Hell no. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't know.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Like, those guys that have the OCD, hold on, let me put this right here. You know,
it's not even that because I got OCD too, but it's become an informal artist or you're a formal artist. Like street art, it doesn't really necessarily follow the rules. You know what I mean?
Because somebody created those rules technically, right?
But I mean, what is rules?
There's no rules when it comes to yourself and your own art. Like no one can tell you what to do with your own art. So it's like there are rules, but they're not rules that everyone can necessarily. It's not a standard of rules when it comes to yourself.
People, that's what I'm saying. There's people that are formal. They're formal artists and they literally follow all the rules.
I gotta shade this way.
And I mean, and you know that too. Like I have art friends that are literally like me being an artist. You know who's a formal artist and who's an informal artist. You know, like I have art friends. Work on one painting together. It's gonna be crazy because it's gonna take a long time. I mean, because they're a formal artist and I'm an informal artist. Like they're literally.
So kind of like the methods are a little bit different.
Yeah, like they'd be like, why, even though our output is probably going to be the same, somewhat the same.
But the means in which
they'll be like, damn, you know, why are you getting the shade? You know, why are you doing the shade that way? Like, you should be doing the shade this way. That's how we learn how to do the shade. Like we learn how to do the shade this way. But you're doing the shade a totally different. Like when I cross hatch and I do the shading, like I do the shading totally different from what.
That's
you're doing the shade. We learn how to do shading this way. What are you doing? You're doing shading totally different over here. That's basically like the difference. Right?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's like
and that's why it's cool because you make art that represents you.
Right.
So by you being informal, it makes you. That says expressively who you are as a person. Like I'm not a person that you can just put in this box and say, hey, because I have this passion, I have this motivation, I have this brilliant mind and gift that I can't express by following these rules of being formal. I have to go outside the box. Knowing because I have to push myself. One, I have to express something that when I look back at it, this is me. I'm going to have to look at be proud of. Like, this is my thing. I have to be this hard-headed rebel, out of the box, you know, because that's me. That's a form of my expression to get the outcome that I wanted to say when it's all said and done. Right. It's not going to, I can't fit it in this box, this formal box. It won't really fit.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to say that earlier. I was going to ask him, do you get pigeonholed into like a certain type of art? You know what I mean? Like, do people try to put you in a box? You know, because they try to do that with other people. You know what I mean? Like
earlier in my art career, I used to try to I put myself in that box, but now not necessarily because it's really me. Like you really have to explain that to people, especially if people are going to buy some art or really want a custom or something. I really tell them, like I have guidelines to purchasing an art from me. Like, you can't just purchase a piece from me. You got to abide these guidelines to purchase an art from me. Like you gotta, you know what I mean? Like you gotta go look at my art page first. You gotta explore all my paintings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not just my early paintings, but go all the way down. You know what I mean? Go all the way down and see what I'm doing. You know what I mean? See how I'm coming with the cross hatching, because if you don't, then you ain't gonna like what you get.
Yeah,
you know? Like you really gonna be on. Like
they kind of gotta see the evolution,
or you're gonna push me away from
delivering what's you. You know what I mean?
You're gonna push me away from like what you think you want or whatever.
Yeah, I always found artists interesting and art interesting because when I went to college, I majored in political science, so we studied a lot of like the government and society. We studied a lot of philosophers like Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, Nietzsche. I forgot who the heck is Nietzsche. I forgot his name. Hegel. A lot of different philosophers. But there's always been like the philosophers, the teachers, the artists, and stuff. And it's like, it's hard to it's like as an artist, you're such a unique person. It's like, how do you fit yourself into these rules? Like you were saying with the informal art and stuff. It's like, how do I abide by these government laws that people are trying to restrict on me? It's like when you see the world in such an open way, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's hard to explain, but, like the artist, okay, you try to put me in a box, but it's like the artist sees no box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're free as an artist. Creativity has those laws and no bounds like that.
Same thing. Like I said, purists, they see a box. Or former artists, they see a box. Like they see a box. They see a box that they cannot go past.
Yeah.
Informal artists.
So how do those people stay operating in, a society that we live in today where we got so many rules, the states, the different currencies.
They just get, they get real good in that. They get great in that box.
Yeah.
I know some great former artists, that literally just, that literally just,
it's like the,
I hear you still.
I'm not bad. It's like the graffiti artist who's painting the trains, but it's like, you're not supposed to paint the trains. That's illegal. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like
paint the trains.
Yeah. So it's like, where do those people fit in?
Me up here real fast.
Oh, my bad.
Pretty good.
I think they just, like I said, they stay in their lane.
Thanks. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks.
I think it's just a lane that people just stay in out of their own whatever they feel like it's. This is my lane, and some don't possibly like to venture out and push that limit of they know what they're good at, they know what they like, and they're fine in that.
Yeah, they like those boundaries.
Right. I mean, even that's one thing. Like even I cross hatch, okay, cool, but that's with me. I'm like, okay, how can I evolve? How can I get better? I don't want to just keep giving out the same content. Okay, what other angle can I get? Are people getting used to this angle? Are people getting used to this angle? You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to hit every single, some curious artists, they'll just be like, okay, this is what you about to get right here. It's, you know what I mean? Like me, I'm like, okay, this is the box. They want me to be out here. Okay, how can I reach out the goddamn here? And Pierce is like, okay, this is the box. They want me to be out here.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, I got one more question before we keep going in.
I'll wrap it up.
How has that transformed into because I know you're doing your clothing brand and stuff. I think I tagged it too, so I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. And then how has that come out in clothing and fashion? Is that a realm that you're looking to go into in the future, or I know you've done this stuff before, but
absolutely.
How do you feel about that? As far as the clothing and stuff and the fashion industry now, because there's so much stuff going on with
art, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's definitely an area where I want to venture off to. And I've been playing around with it. You know, I have Artrell clothing.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Artrell clothing.
Yes, I have Artrell clothing too, but that's putting my paintings on shirts.
Yeah.
And literally getting the painting that, you know, maybe you don't want to pay, because some of my paintings, shit, they cost, you know, like
$250. They got $100.
Yeah, I said $250 or $300. Maybe you don't want to pay $300.
Might even be more later. You better get it now.
But you'll pay. I mean, but you can pay. Like you can pay. You know, like $60 for to get it on a shirt, and it's actually high quality, very high quality. I also put writing on the back as well because I'm into like, you know, shirts being graphics on the front, graphics on the back. Get your money's worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who wants a shirt? You know, who wants a $95 shirt that only has graphics on the front?
Yeah,
like, give me some on the back too. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that,
or whatever. But not saying my stuff is $95. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but
people pay that more for plain ass shirts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Just by the brand alone, ridiculous.
Exactly.
But
yeah, so it's like try to give them. You can at least still get that painting, you know, on the shirt and on the back. I mean, you just evolving into that is pretty cool, and going deeper, I have a whole bunch of stuff in the works just with letting people know that you're a collector. Like I have an Artrell collector coming out, which is like you'll have the AR, you know, the AR with the Artrell, of course, just logos, and then just embroidered right here. It's not. You don't have an official Artrell collector shirt unless it says Artrell collector embroidered. So it's like venturing off into that. That's
kind of like a custom kind of, right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
like
that'll just be like that? My signature.
Yeah,
you know, just like this be my signature. Like maybe some people, even if somebody just wanted to sell some AR Artrell shirts, that's basically what it is. The AR Artrell shirts. It's not going to be legit unless it's unless it's embroidered.
Yeah, unless it's that signature. Collector, that's your signature.
It says Artrell collector right here on this side.
Kind of like what you do in your paintings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So it's like, yeah, we got a whole bunch of things. I have a whole bunch of things for the whole clothing part coming up.
Yeah, so nice.
I like that. I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that, man. For sure.
Yeah, so y'all can grab his art, and you can grab some of his custom clothing. So that's awesome right there.
Yeah, like any painting that you want on a shirt.
Yeah, I got kind of like a topic
basically
that
like this, but very high quality. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Mona Lisa.
Yeah,
it says it's one of my favorite shirts.
Yeah, it says any painting of mine.
Yeah. What do you think about those people who like threw that like the protest and they threw the like chicken wings or turkey something on the Mona Lisa, like to try to destroy it?
And shit?
Yeah, like the protesters who be messing up like famous paintings or trying to.
I mean, it's already it's in a bulletproof. Right. It says it's in a bulletproof casing.
Protest the vegans.
Like it ain't gonna do nothing.
Any food that you throw at it,
you ain't gonna lose it's too far.
What are you doing? I said, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's already too far.
Wasting time. Somebody threw a pie at it. I'm like,
yeah.
Bro, all they about to do is spray some Windex on that shit and clean it off. And they also about to take your ass to jail.
You're right. Days. Oh, God.
I said for 3 days.
Oh, God.
Or 1 to 3 days. You better hope it's not on the weekend that you did that shit.
Oh, man. That's
he done threw a pie at the Mona Lisa on Friday. Can't see the judge until Monday. Yo, dumbass. You know what they did with the Mona Lisa, man? That dude came up in there and he was like,
janitor. Oh, this happened every week.
What the hell? I said, what the hell?
Oh my God. Fuck us.
This is a disgrace.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. Get your ass.
You motherfucker.
You better hope you did that shit.
Y'all should have got the Picasso one. I would have tried that one, man. If y'all want to make a splash, man.
Can I help you,
Even
sir?
still, all of it's in cases covered.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
all them people doing that stuff they waste.
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Unless it's some fur or something.
Yeah.
Like, get your ass on. Like, artists ain't doing that.
No.
That kind of like trips me out because I like museums. and you know they always got like some you know famous art or like sculptures and stuff. Have you done the sculpture? I don't know if you've done the sculpture.
I've worked on some sculptures, but I'm not necessarily a sculptor. I know some sculptors that really do that thing, and I went to school with some sculptors and hung out with a whole bunch of them and stuff. So.
Okay, yeah, that's super interesting. I'm gonna probably table that one, but
sculpting is very, very hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, I bet you literally.
No, yeah.
Shoot, whatever way you do it. Because some people they carve it out, some people they literally build it up from the ground up.
Yeah, that's neat. You
even
see the one
now with these days, now you got your 3D sculptors that people are just really in the whole technology world, building a sculpt on a computer and literally 3D
put it in and now putting it into real life. So, like the one with Martin Luther King.
Yeah, so it's like now they're sculpting on a whole different level. They're sculpting on a computer.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
It's definitely different.
Crazy. And that's kind of one I wanted to go into because you have your more well, I guess I don't know if you can call it traditional, like how you have your galleries, your art galleries, your museums, and that's where your work is shown and people can buy it and stuff. You have your what's called it open shows, exhibitions and stuff. And that's kind of more like that's kind of more the traditional route now. But now we talked about this heavily last time you came over. With the NFTs and having digital art. Like, do you still I remember you were saying you was kind of for it, like as an artist, or Tyler, you can answer this too. Do you guys still feel like the digital art is valued now? Because the NFT market kind of fell a little bit with the cryptocurrency falling. Like, do you guys still feel like that has a value and place in the art world?
I mean, it's cool or whatever. Like me being an artist and just painting and stuff, NFT is whatever. You know what I mean? It's whatever to me. I got 3 NFTs, but my whole mindset with the NFTs is if they hit, they hit. If they don't, I mean, I'm still paying.
It's just kind of like another outlet.
Yes, I'm still paying. So it's like, I mean, if they hit, they hit. And me, shit, I still ain't hit with my fucking NFTs. So I'm not really, I'm necessarily not really tripping on them.
Because the market is not that big.
Yeah, I mean, and they're high. I mean, they're high price. So it's like I could hit on either one of them and be okay and be cool, like okay. But
it's not the end of the world. It's done.
Yeah, I'm not tripping.
Okay. What about you,
Zay? Buy my shit for $700. I mean,
right? Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
that's $700.
I keep if I keep like the main thing, which is like the art in itself and how I do it and how I make money off my art, then it's like there's no losing for me because it's always that. Like I can go back on. I mean, if I try it, maybe if it does, if it doesn't, it's not something I bank on. It just what I bank on is my talent and what I do and how it's presented and people want it and they come to me like that. Like I believe in my work like that. Yeah, not in that, so to speak, to put it in, I guess, in that hands to. Because for me, if I do that, that'll be too much pressure. I feel like I'm just doing it for that. And then, like, if it doesn't work, what am I going to do? No, so I'll just keep it towards, like, myself and my talent. And if you like it, you buy it. Like, for me, like, just it's authentic way. I don't really dive into it or I haven't.
Right.
So,
do you guys see, like, AI as a tool, like artificial intelligence? Like, is that, like, taking away from the artistic expression, like or is that new tools?
Me, I've never. I appreciate digital creators that have picked up a paintbrush and paint and do that. I like artists. I don't mind you venturing off into the digital world, just as long as you have already put in the work in the actual paintbrush world and the work. So I feel like. And I'm not saying, because that shit is hard. Don't get me wrong. Like, digital work is hard. I've taken the classes. Like, I've literally taken graphic classes, graphic design classes. I've created brochures and all that stuff. And just with art alone, it's hard. But, yeah, I mean, it's I call you a creator, not an artist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
so I'll put you in the creators universe, not in necessarily an artist.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense to me. Because I see a lot of people now, they're digging into the AI and they're writing books now, like an author, but they necessarily didn't come up with all the words. They just kind of put the ideas into the system, and the system wrote out.
Yeah, that was the thing with NFTs too. Like there were some people that were like main time NFT buyers, but have never ever stepped foot inside of a gallery.
A gallery.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of different. It's kind of different.
It's kind of. I feel like sometimes it might be taken away from the artistry, like the substance.
No, it is. It really. That was a difficult thing too. Like, just me being an artist, do I necessarily want to get into the NFT? But at the same time, I was fortunate to, like, my NFT is cool. I turned an original painting into a digital painting, and then sold it as NFT, or selling it as an NFT. But the original painting was sold already, so and it was art. My NFT, my NFT was the painting I used for NFT was like 3 years old, so it's like, or 2 years old. So
and I like that combination, having like the real actual thing that you've done in real time, and it came from the artist.
You bought the NFT, and you were just getting the prints, and I number my prints like comics, so. In the description, okay, I'm gonna pay $700 for this NFT, and then I'm gonna get prints 3 through 6.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna have those at my house, and then I'm still gonna have an NFT. I'm gonna resell that shit. So that's basically what that's what them guys are doing. Yeah, they buy 1 at 7, 1 at 6, and then the other at 4, and then I'm waiting on them to resell that shit. Yeah, I don't care what.
It's going to resell, and then that was the thing. And that was the thing about NFTs. It was supposed to be for a way to give artists that ownership and those royalties. As far as like, okay, it gets resold. Now, Artrell will get 10% of that sale, and then it gets resold again. Yeah, even plus, and and it keeps going. So even if it gets sold like in normal times, like it gets sold that one time, and that was it. That's the only time the artist will get paid. But like if you equate it to like music, music artists get paid on royalties, each spin, each play.
And they got programs like that now for artists, like even free, like freeze under certain things like that.
Yeah, like his paintings,
like
stuff.
Yeah, like his paintings. You know what I mean? He's gonna get paid for his shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's good.
That's certain things that even myself I'm under as well. Like if something gets sold, like I'm gonna continuously get painting for paintings. I'm gonna get paid for paintings. Like I always tell people that too. Like art holds value.
It does.
Even if I don't sell a painting, I just sold a painting that I made in 2019. Yeah, and I sold it this year, like for the same price that I posted it in 2019.
And that's why
there was no decrease in the value at all. At all.
And that's another reason why I like art, is because of the appreciation value. Like I'm sure when Van Gogh and all these guys, Michel Basquiat and South Dali and all these guys were painting, they didn't think like, okay, this is gonna be millions of dollars later down the year.
Van Gogh didn't even see it.
Picasso and all that.
Van Gogh didn't see $1.
Yeah, and
his family is reaping the benefit.
And that's what you want. Like you want your family and yourself to benefit from the artistic expression and the work that you put in, because these paintings don't take like short periods of time. You probably can paint one in an hour, but like some of them probably go on for weeks. I don't know how long you can paint a picture, but it might go on for a while, and it's putting your effort in there. And
4 days max.
Yeah, and it's like
it's 4 days max. I'll be on a painting. And if it's longer than that, I just put that shit to the side.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though. Like you want the like as far as like appreciation and value and stuff, like art is one of those things where you can buy and it appreciates over time. Well, maybe not everybody's, but you know, some of the top guys, right? So you know, I'm just like, I want people to get their just due. Like, I don't like the term starving artist. You know what I mean?
At the same time, too, shit, if it's gonna be a one-time sale, that's why you gotta keep your prices high. Keep your prices high. If you're gonna buy my stuff to resell, and I know it, like, you know, if you're an art collector and you're like, I'm trying to buy your painting, and I'm gonna put it over here and I'm gonna sell it. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool. But you're gonna buy this painting for a whole lot because I know you're about to sell it for a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like I do that even with the shoes. Like you're gonna give me something because I know you're gonna sell these shoes for $450. I need about like $400, at least $430 worth of my stuff. You know what I mean? And what I want, and then you can go ahead and keep that $450. I don't care.
Yeah,
do whatever you want with it.
And that's kind of like the royalties and stuff too. So I dig it, man. I just, you know, hope that.
Even my NFT, I had a like 5% royalty for the person, for my creator.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Get your money, man. We live in America. We got to. I got one last question, really. Maybe Tyler has some more, but you know, this is the Grind Show. We talk a lot about the grind and, you know, things that we've been through, you know, our adversities that we face, our obstacles that we face. I don't know why he's doing that, but
neither. That's why I kept looking at all this time.
What would you say was the hardest adversity for you, or like the obstacle that you had to overcome to kind of help you get here? To kind of like, you know, maybe if you was gonna make it through that, you know what I mean? And, you know, you don't have to share if you don't want to, but you know, if you
as far as art,
it could be maybe it came out in art, like maybe it came out in this one great picture or something. You know, something that's gonna help the people get through what they're getting through. You know.
Sure, I would say. I mean, as far as an artist, just
was there a time you ever felt like quitting?
No, not necessarily quitting. I just knew it was just gonna be hard. There's a time where you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like, and even I mean, just going into art, being an art major, like even in art school, like they tell you like this is a hard before you even become an art major. Like they tell you this is a hard major to be successful in. Literally, it's one of the art is one of the worst majors to actually make your money back. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you go to school for art majors, that's one of the hardest majors to actually make your money back in for what you're schooling, for how much you paid for schooling.
Yeah, because them degrees ain't cheap.
Yeah. So it's like literally one of the hardest majors to actually get your money back or actually, you know, get paid off for it. But I don't know, really. I knew what I was getting into. I knew it was going to be hard. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. And a lot of people already told me it wasn't going to be easy. It was just going to be a very hard process. But you got to, that's the art. That's the reason why it's not a lot of successful artists. The successful artists make it through everything. So,
yeah.
You really got to kind of be built.
So what is it that like you like embody? Like how do you get through it? Like how do you just keep going? Like what keeps you motivated and inspired?
Honestly, I just want to help out my peoples. Honestly, we've been through so much, and I just want to do it for my folks and all that. That's it. Like my mom, my brother, my sister, my nephew. Yep. I just want to do it for all of them.
Shout out to Shantizi. Shout out to Larry. Yeah, I know.
But so I got one final question for you. If you can go back, like all the things you've learned, you know, all the things, the knowledge, the wisdom that got you where you are, as far as like an artist, the way you keep it there, that what would you go back and like tell your younger self one piece of advice or one thing that might have helped a younger you to get maybe a better way, or maybe a easier, or something that you didn't know that you know now?
Just be patient and really be patient and just keep painting. Really, like because I think that's like, be patient and really take in what look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. Really be patient. Look at the crowd and keep painting. Really, that's it. Because it's like I mean, that's what we do it for.
Yeah,
I'm painting for the crowd. Really, I paint for myself, but at the same time, I'm painting to reach other people at the same time. So it's like, just let's listen to the crowd and adjust. Adjust to what you need to do, and don't really be so critical when people say things. You know what I mean? That's my thing too. Everybody is a critic, but everybody ain't no goddamn art critic. Nope. So it's like they can say whatever they want to say about art, but I mean, it's cool. I mean, you didn't go to school for art. You don't know.
You didn't even doodle in school.
Yeah. You didn't go to school for art. I went to school for art. Right. Even if I didn't go to school for art,
you never even
obviously
picked up a
I'm putting my time in and learning this stuff.
Right.
And doing this stuff.
Right.
So you're looking at my art. I'm not looking at yours. So
talk your shit, man.
Yeah, so you looking at my art. I'm not looking at yours.
Shit.
Yeah. So at that point, I'm just really have fun.
Yep.
Look at the crowd. They don't like it. Try to see if we can adjust. Obviously, you can't please everybody. I don't try to please everybody. I don't try to please the individual. I try to please just whoever. And really, my first goal is to have a painting in every single state. And before I go, I'm not about being overseas. Like,
nice.
You got to think about just the different people. If I have 50 paintings in 50 states, that's 50 different groups of people that may see my work. So, and that's a lot.
I love it.
That's
a good one. I especially love that patience and stuff too, and just keep working. You know, it may not hit people at different times. It might hit people at different times. Like, you never know when they're gonna see it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And you never know when they're gonna take whatever it is that you had in. You know, you can tell somebody something when they're young, and they might not even get it until they're 40 years old, 50 years old, you know? So,
and that's really just going off of my own, my young self of painting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my young self in painting, I was really impatient, and really, I wanted people to buy high.
Yeah.
I wanted to come in, I wanted to buy. You know what I mean? Even though, because I seen people's work that I thought and I felt I was better than, and they had work $600 paintings, you know what I mean, $700 paintings. So I'm like, my first 2-3 months of really putting out paintings, I want that too.
Right.
So I really tell myself that. And even like my first year of painting, I want just different. You know, I don't want to necessarily, I would tell my young self, just paint. I
like that.
Just paint. Listen to the audience. That's the title.
That's what this going to be called. Just paint.
Just paint. Listen to the audience.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, listen to the crowd. Look at the crowd. Even if I not necessarily listen to the crowd, but just look at the crowd. Paint. Keep painting. Just keep painting.
Have you ever you done live shows too? Huh?
Yeah. Nice. That's what I really grew into the live shows, because some people, they didn't necessarily understand the cross-hatching process. And understand why I had paintings that was they would feel, which is crazy. They didn't
I watched you do
my thing is
show.
Somebody that don't create nothing, they would look at something and be like, oh, I don't feel like that costs $250. I feel like that costs $100. I'm like, you didn't create it though.
Right.
Like, how would you put the price on that?
Exactly. And that's why I think I don't like to do anything live or nothing like that, because I don't have time for that. You don't understand. You don't understand literally the work that puts in the details.
But that was my thing of doing the live. Just showing them, okay, I've been here. Yeah, this event was 11 to 6, and I've been painting from 12 to 5. I still didn't finish this painting, so that's what I'm trying to show them. Like, I put in 5 works of hard work and 5 hours of hard work in front of y'all. You know what I mean? And it's hard.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I guess you get to a point. I mean, and even then, what sucks about that, I guess, is even if you do that, you know, they still won't understand. You know, they still probably won't, you know, get it or still have that critique about it. Like, even if you show them, and I guess it's just. I mean, you're not in the business of proving people wrong. That's not why the art that motivates you to do it. Like, you can't prove to people why the worth of what you do. they won't value it the same because they didn't do it. Their heart's not in it. That's something that they passionately created and came up with. So they don't have the same feel of it as you do. So you'll never, even when you show them, I feel like sometimes you'll never be able to please everybody.
I would add to that. You gotta value yourself before other people's value you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you gotta critique yourself. That's why I take back.
Yeah,
that's why I took. I tell people, like, I didn't have to take criticism of art. I didn't have to take critics of art. I didn't have to take art of criticism. I didn't have to take any of those classes. But I wanted to, because I wanted to, I wanted to see what the hell.
Yeah, see critics, the other side.
Yeah, I want to see what critics. I want to see what critic classes were. Like, I wanted to see what art critic class. I didn't know what the hell art critic was.
And
I didn't know there was a legit class or anything. I didn't know it was a legit profession.
That's how you can tell you have a passion for it, because you don't just want to see it from one side. You want to see it from all perspectives.
Yeah, I wanted to see what the hell I want to see what they learning about, what they doing, what they're looking at.
Yep, exactly.
And it's really hard. Art critics are like journalists. They're journalists for art, basically. Yeah. It's like a journalism. Basically, I took art journalism classes, basically. Describing a red painting in 500 words. That's hard as fuck. You know what I mean? Just a red painting. That's it. Describing that in 500 words or 1,000 words. Yeah. Those are the type of assignments that I had. 1,500 word assignments on.
That's deep.
Yeah, orange and purple line painting or something.
All right.
What am I? Exactly. That's an art critic.
This line look ugly.
Yeah,
that one look ugly.
I'm about to get the AI for this. I'm about to get the AI. Somebody write this, motherfucker.
But
I got the. Well, go ahead, Tyler.
No, you go.
No. I got the wisdom of the pod right now. I got the
words of wisdom.
Yeah, the words of wisdom.
What you want to save it till after?
Yeah, I'm
okay. Push on in. Let's take it to
Black Business Click. Oh, not Black Business Click, but Black.
Y'all go first and I'll leave it all. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. If y'all got one or two, I don't know.
Sure, you got one?
What am I doing?
Oh, shouting out a black business.
If you got one business
or any other business,
or whatever.
No, I want to shout out some other artists. I want to shout out.
Do the thing.
The artists,
do the thing. Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got to shout out Aim High.
Aim High, what up?
Yeah, Aim High. Creative Glory. Get your hair braided.
Yeah, shout out to Shanteezy.
Yeah, I say Creative Glory.
She do my hair. She do a great job. And she's very professional.
Zombie Flapjack, yeah. It's not black.
Listen, I feel like it gotta be. He got too much the shine out here. So he gotta have a shout out out here.
He's cool peoples.
I gotta follow his page.
Yeah. Lonely Cunt. We Up 1K. All of them, man. I'm working with We Up 1K. They working on my shirts. So
nice.
We're gonna shout them out. We gotta shout out first. Can I shout out the entire just skate community, SoCal
Right.
skate community.
Go ahead.
We didn't even talk about skating
I
like
said I'm a
that.
skater.
Dang.
Go ahead.
Keep skating at Chino.
Yep.
We miss
Skate Express.
Of course, no, we miss Wow, we miss Depop, we miss
Can we shout out Roller City?
Yeah, take it back to them days, bro.
Can we shout out Roller City?
Hey, grandparents. Hey, Hey, Cal Skate grandparents just got their new floor. They got new wood floors, so y'all try to make it there.
Oh yeah, I heard that's pretty nice in there.
Keep going to Chino on Tuesdays. We got DJ Slides on Tuesdays there, man. We got DJ Wayne on Fridays. We got A Plus on Sundays. So try to keep supporting. These aren't necessarily black-owned businesses, but it's basically where just black folks are.
Yeah, the culture.
And
culture is.
There is black managers and all that running the whole business. They're trying to reconstruct all that stuff. So please go to your black skating rinks. Go to the skating rinks. Go to Lamont Park. You know what I mean? At Black Market nights, Black Market days, San Bernardino Art Walk. Check them out, please. San Bernardino Food Fest. Check them out. These are just things where I live. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? All black owned.
Blessings.
Chubbys Burgers. Check them out, San Bernardino, man. And also too, I'm doing it's not a black business, but I give back. So tomorrow we're going out in San Bernardino, giving out clothes,
this tomorrow?
Yes.
Hey, nice.
It's called Artrell Drive. It's Artrell Spring Drive.
Nice.
If you think about just the homeless people out in our community, we live in San Bernardino County. San Bernardino County is actually one of the highest homeless areas in the United States of America. So it's not just our county, it's not just our state, but this is the majority in the United States. Literally, we go out to areas, just go out. I'm saying we, because I'd be asking my friends to come with me. Sometimes it's just myself. But yes, go out, just pass out shoes, shirts, shorts, even underwear, socks.
You just bring something?
I wouldn't tell people. I couldn't tell you guys. If you have never seen a white sock black, please, it'll change your life. These people literally want socks. That's something that they really majority ask for. They don't want no goddamn shirts. They don't want no jackets. They want socks.
What about shoes?
Socks, shoes. But I'm saying that feeling, my thing is the socks. That feeling that you get when you get off of work. I know what I get when I get off of work. I work 10 hours. I get to take off my socks. That's something that they don't get to do. So that's something huge to them. Again, if you've never seen a white pair of socks, black, literally the color of your shirt. I'm saying it'll change your life. So that's what we do. That's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Nice.
Literally tomorrow I'm going out in San Bernardino, about to go give out a whole bunch of stuff.
And you said that's from 2?
I'll be going out around like 2 and
2 about 5, 6, 7, whenever you really just leave.
Giving out everything. I already accepted a couple of donations.
And then that's in downtown San Bernardino?
Yes.
So off of 2nd Street?
Going all in between, just starting from at the top of Waterman. And 210, and we're gonna go down.
Okay, sure. I might pull it up on you.
All the streets basically like 5th, 2nd. I know a couple. 5th is heavily. There's little spots where people.
I know.
Tents and all.
Anybody from the D, y'all know. Especially Baseline too. Baseline be having a lot of stuff going on.
Doing that. So besides all that, all the black businesses and everything.
We gotta uplift our community.
Yes, Artrell's for sure. Drive, our spring drive, only because it's very important.
I'm gonna try to come support. After church, tomorrow's Palm Sunday, so after church maybe I can pull up.
And then, it's very important to I'm doing it in the spring because it's very important to support them in the springtime because again they're coming off of a heavy winter. If you can imagine your own clothes just getting wet or trying to keep your clothes dry in this winter time that we just experienced, it's one of the worst winters that
it was snowing
for sure. Hell yeah.
They have damp clothes that basically molded, damp and molded clothes. That's everything. You don't want to put that stuff back on. So try to give them something to, give them an uplift for, and then not just give them clothes. It's one thing too is I ask all their names. That's one thing one homeless person told me too. He said nobody ever asked him his name. Yeah. Could you imagine that? Like you're just going like 5-6 years and nobody asks you what your name is. Yeah. Like what's your name?
It's like they don't exist.
So it's like, so it's like, I really ask them their name and really try to just, if I see them around, try to call them by their names.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I do.
That's community
that's
right
the last thing I'll say for the
definitely community.
Yes.
That's community. I love that, man. That's good shit, man. Keep that up. And it's not even the first one. I've seen you done other before.
I do that plenty. I do it. I do one all the time in the winter time. Not winter, but like Christmas holidays.
And I'm glad you're doing that out here in San Bernardino because we had my frat brother on Kevin Eze, and he was talking about doing them at Skid Row, and he was doing Skid Row's kind of like the same thing, and it's like building toilets and stuff.
People don't understand. Skid Row is very deep. It's very huge. It's very definitely support Skid Row at that very same time.
Out here,
San Bernardino. Just because San Bernardino does not have a Skid Row does not mean San Bernardino is not.
Exactly.
We get one of the worst reps though.
For what they call them, day walkers, night walkers. Really, we have or zombies, whatever they call them. They're not necessarily just homeless folks.
That's good, man. I'm with it. I'm with it.
I'm really out here. I go down to downtown San Bernardino all the time. I try to really pass out as much as I can. I'll help out your dog if I have to. A homeless person with a dog. That's their support system.
And even if you guys can't make this one, there will be others. Just in case you guys don't hear the podcast show before tomorrow. But
for sure, check out our show, man. I'll always be out and about. I always pass out stuff. Always accept donations as well. Literally, I run into people. You don't know what shoe size they have. I've run into people with size 13. To all the way, size 5, size,
because there's all different kind of homeless people. I mean, they're people.
Don't matter. They need shoes. They need socks. They need. Right now, obviously, it's about to start getting hot. So need
more shirts. Shirts, all that.
Short shirts,
socks, shoes,
tank tops,
whatever.
Things that you don't. Those faded black socks.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
Throw them things in there. You know what I mean? Throw them in the bag.
He said them faded black socks.
The cool thing is, too, is you don't have to go nowhere. All you have to do is reach out. And I'll come pick it up.
And everybody has stuff in their closet that they not wearing no more, that they don't need. And it's just sitting there. So clean out your closet, spring clean.
And start throwing it away.
Instead of throwing it away, donate it.
Telling you, there's tons of people out there, literally. All their clothes have been ruined because of winter. So really the spring, what I've learned from giving out is springtime is a good time to get back to homeless because they just went through a hard winter. Hard winter.
Or even before the winter too.
Even before the winter, but they wintertime just makes things worse. So it's like they're losing clothes, and a cold. We cold in the house. You couldn't imagine how cold they are outside. All I can do is, whatever I can try to do.
I feel you. Keep that up, bro. Keep that up. We need more like that.
Yes, sir.
My business that I'm shouting out is J Fit Fitness. Okay. She has a business in Paramount, LA. She has her own gym. It's a women's only gym. So shout out to the ladies out there trying to get right and keep themselves healthy. Last month, I was doing a mindness and wellness challenge, 31 days of mindfulness and wellness. So I wanted to shout her out. And also another women's business is shout out to Women Economics Podcast with Corinne and Tierra. Hopefully we can have them on the pod show one day. But they do a lot of economic stuff as far as building women up and helping them financially with education and financial literacy. So shout out to those two businesses. Shout out to Corinne. Shout out to Jay Feezy. What's up, Jay Feezy? Shout out to Tierra too. And yeah, those are mine.
Man, I feel like you said a lot of
I'm about to do a lot of research right now, putting these up because we put them up on the screen and stuff.
Yes, yeah, but that's big ups, man. That's, you can never have too many good businesses out here to shout out and resources and places to go. So I definitely appreciate the plug.
Yeah.
AJ, do you have any words of wisdom before we close this out?
Before we do that, I have the plugs. Dontre, you want to plug your Instagram
that too.
And stuff, and where they can find you?
Artrell a million. Artrell Artrell million.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Artrell a million.
And then Artrell Co. for the clothing.
Artrell Clothing Co. That's really one word. You can be on Facebook and just look up Artrell Artrell. That's the business page. You even got to have an Instagram, and you don't have to have a Facebook to look up that page. But either way, too, you can just look it up. You can find me. Twitter as well, Artrell Millie1. Other than that, you can find me. You'll find me. Trust me, you'll find me.
You can find me at Tanksley Designs. That is on my IG. Tank of America is my Twitter. That is mine.
That stuff too, man. I could have been put you on some stuff, man. I didn't get all that.
Yeah, man. We,
that's what the research connections, man.
Amazing things.
Your net worth determines your net worth. Oh my God, such a bar. Also, too, guys. My plugs are at St. Jones on TikTok. Hopefully they don't ban it. Oh my God. Instagram, same thing, and Twitter, the same thing. And you can find The Grind Show on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on your notification. The Grind Show with AJ and Tyler. Also catch our Patreon. We got a lot of new stuff coming to Patreon.
Please go subscribe.
Is going up.
We will not disappoint you.
You're right. Patreon.com.
Get your money's worth.
TGP 1914. There's 3 tiers you guys can join into. It's a subscription base, starting from $3 to $5. Please support, and we got some heat coming. Also, too, follow the pod on Twitter at TGP1914. And the Instagram is The Grind Podcast 1. And that's it for that. We want to thank Dontrell for pulling up, especially last minute, man. Appreciate it, man.
I got you.
Y'all see the past, y'all gonna know. See you in the morning.
My next art show, solo art show. Of course, I'm going to be in more shows and all that stuff. I'll be in more shows, everybody else's shows throughout that time. But my next art show, July 15th.
July 15th, y'all.
You heard it right here on the pod.
Hey, the Artrell Experience Part 3. July 15th.
There it is.
Long Beach.
Long Beach, stand up. At the same Creative Glory spot. Okay, not Creative Glory, but Creative Center.
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we gonna plug that, guys.
Plug that in for sure.
Yeah, Green Pines. Be there, y'all. Be there. The last words of wisdom to end the pod. It's part of Just Pain, but it's your gift is not for you. Your gift is for others. So share your gift. All right.
That's what.
Peace and love to y'all. We out.
Pedro?
This the grind.
Hold on.